Hi Warhawks, my name is Sabrasha Osborne, and I'm a senior here at Auburn University in Montgomery, majoring in criminal justice, and I'm from Verbena, Alabama. Thank you for joining me today on this campus tour. We're going to start our tour with Moore Hall. So this building right here is Moore Hall. Moore Hall is our home for our College of Nursing students and health sciences, as well as speech pathology. In the nursing building, we have our Student Health Center, as well as a nursing simulation lab. The Student Health Service Center is a center where students can go when they're feeling sick on campus. We have a nurse practitioner who is able to write prescriptions as well as diagnose students here on campus. You can also get your prescriptions here on campus if it's a low dose or it's nothing major. Or we have our local pharmacies like Walgreens and Walmart on the outskirts of campus where students are able to go get their prescriptions as well. Our next building is the Library Tower, and it stands about 10 stories high, which is the tallest building on campus. Connected to the Library Tower, we have our Office of Administration. In that building, we have our Provost as well as our Chancellor. Our Chancellor is Dr. Carl Stockton, and he has a very open door policy. His open door policy involves students coming in talking to him about anything that they feel needs to change or happen on campus. Going into the Library Tower, we have our circulation desk. At the circulation desk, students are able to rent out books if they are not able to purchase their books at the time of coming to campus. All professors have their books here at the circulation desk. You can rent it out, take it upstairs, do your work, come back down and check it back in. On the second floor of the Library Tower, we have our Warhawk Academic Success Center, also known as the WASC. In the WASC, we have our first free tutoring lab. It's the Learning Center. The Learning Center is where students can go and make 30-minute appointments to have free tutoring. In the Learning Center, they focus on reading, writing, and histories, but they're able to do all subjects. You go in, you make your 30-minute appointment, you have a student who's taking the class that you're struggling in, and they've already been in your shoes, so they know exactly what your professor wants so that you can get the best grade on that assignment. Also on the second floor, we have our computer lab. This computer lab is open for students as long as there's not a class reserving it. You can go in, get your work done, as well as print. We have free printing here, so when you come in to AUM, you don't necessarily have to bring a printer. You can use all the computer labs here located on campus, as well as in the housing department, and you can print for free, so you don't necessarily need to bring a printer. Also on the second floor, which is our last stop in the Library Tower, is the Books and Beans. Books and Beans is a little coffee shop for students to get grab-and-go lunches as well as coffee when they're studying here in the library. Now we're moving on from the Library Tower and headed to Goodwin Hall. Goodwin Hall is the College of Sciences, and in this building we have our only auditorium-style classrooms. Also in Goodwin Hall, we have our second free tutoring lab, which is the Instructional Support Lab. In this lab, they focus on the sciences and the maths. They're able to do all subjects, but their main points are science and math. In this lab, you don't have to make an appointment. You go in, you sit down, you do your work, and you have tutors walk around, and when you need help, you can raise your hand and they'll come to you. Also in Goodwin Hall, we have our art studio, which is located on the basement level of the building. In the art studio, students who are taking up art or want to take art as an elective can go down there and use all different types of paints, molds, and sculptures to build anything they like. So now we're leaving Goodwin Hall and we're headed to the College of Education. In the College of Education, we have our Early Childhood Learning Center, which for me, I always refer to as our on-campus daycare, but it's much more than that. Students, faculty, and staff are allowed to bring their children right here to campus with them so they know where they're at and they know they're getting a great education. Also, students who are going into early childhood education are able to do their observation right here on campus. They do not have to leave. They can come into these classrooms and get all the experience they need right here on campus, which is a great incentive. Also in the College of Education, we have our Liberal Arts Tech Wing. In the Liberal Arts Tech Wing, students are allowed to take classes such as ethics, religion, as well as your literature classes. Also in this building, on the second floor, we have our communications. In communications, students are able to learn different things about going into broadcasting. In there, they're able to use a green screen, all types of professional cameras, as well as work an interview with another student to learn the different things that they would do in the field. Now that we're leaving education, our next building is going to be the Athletics Complex. The Athletics Complex is the home for every student who comes to AUM. It's where you start your career as well as end your career. So that being said, you have Convocation, which is a welcoming to all students, freshmen, transfer. All students are able to come to convocation and hear from the chancellor, the provost, the deans of the colleges, as well as student ambassadors here on campus. And then of course, what do you come to college for? You're looking to graduate. So graduation is also held in our athletics complex. So the AUM Athletics Complex is home to our inside sports, which is men's and women's basketball as well as volleyball. AUM Athletics has been around for about 45 years and has racked up over 25 different national championships. We compete at the NCAA Division II level and are members of the Gulf South Conference. Our outside sports include men's and women's tennis, men's and women's soccer, men's and women's cross country, as well as softball and baseball. So the next stop on our tour is the Quad, which is this large, beautiful green area right here in the middle of campus. On the Quad, we have so many different activities that take place throughout different weeks here at AUM. One of the first events that we have here on campus is our Weeks of Welcome, or our WOW Week. So you'll see different clubs, organizations, as well as faculty and staff handing out free food and free AUM merchandise, as well as helping you navigate campus life. AUM is home to over 65 clubs and organizations. But if you don't find an organization that's here just for you, you can start your own. So all you need is 5 students who think just like you and want to start this club, as well as a faculty member or a staff member to represent your club. So our last academic building here on campus is Tom F. Clement Hall. Clement Hall is the home of College of Business as well as the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, which is the largest college here on campus. In the College of Business, we have what's called our Clement Coves. These are just big old classrooms for students who are in the College of Business to come together, hang out, and have a little fun. It's also a great place to take a study break. You can go in there, watch TV, or just hang out with your friends. The last college is the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, and like I said, it's the largest college here on campus. It is where I'm housed as a criminal justice major. So now that we've viewed all the academic buildings on campus, let's go to the little hangout spot, or where you'll see most of student life happen in a building, which is Taylor Center. In the Taylor Center, we have our AUM Theater, where students who are majoring in theater can go and be a part of the club, or students who are interested in the creative process of theater can also be a part. The next stop in the Taylor Center is our Global Education Center. So this is a center for students who come from different backgrounds and different countries to feel comfortable. It's a space just for them to connect with students here from the United States. Also, in our Global Education Center, students can learn about study abroad, which is a great incentive here at AUM's campus. Our next stop in the Taylor Center is our Amazing Bean. This is our AUM Starbucks, where students can use their student ID to purchase coffee as well as different pastries here on campus. Also in the Taylor Center, we have our AUM bookstore. This is where you can get all of your AUM needs, from your textbooks to your swag, even laptops, right here on campus. Students are able to use their student ID as well as debit card, credit card, or cash to purchase anything inside of the AUM bookstore. So now we're going to start with our AUM Caf, or the Roost. Here on campus, students are able to get many different dining options right here in one spot. So students are able to choose from different dining options like build your own pizza, 2 tacos, our home style Curtis chicken, and our 334 burgers. Students are also able to request vegan, gluten-free, as well as if students have different allergies, they're able to work with the CAF to make sure they're able to eat right here on campus. The next thing that we'll talk about here in the Taylor Center is the Warhawk Alley. This is a great place for students to just hang out and de-stress. In the Warhawk Alley, we have Xbox, PlayStations, pool tables, as well as many other activities students can do to just relax and take a break from the everyday class schedule. So the last stop on our AUM tour is the Wellness Center, which is the pretty clear building that you seen when you first came into AUM. Once you go into the AUM Wellness Center, on the first floor you have your weighted machines and your free weights, as well as your basketball courts, your rock climbing wall, and your indoor pool. Now going up to the second floor of the Wellness Center, students are able to work on their cardio with cardio machines as well as run on the indoor track. Also on the second floor, you're able to take fitness classes, anything from A to Z, from aerobics all the way down to Zumba and everything in between. Thank you for joining me on this AUM tour, and I hope to see you soon.